You know what? I got it now. It's to speak is a gift, so let me enlist my gift of speech. Not to preach nor teach, but the profile. Things are dumb, my son. I'm not the one, so don't play dumb. Try to play me out, but the game is true. Yeah, fucking goddamn it. Yeah, but I know that's how it started. That was like one of the first rhymes I wrote when I started taking rap seriously, like as a career and shit. Like, what the fuck was that? Was that the power?
No, it's the
Oh,
it's this lamp. It's
oh.
weird.
So anyway, yeah, the lamp is weird. Yeah, but that was like one of the first lines I wrote when I started taking rap seriously as like, okay, well, like when people were talking about money and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I was like 17 when I wrote that. Like 17, 17 and a half. Because beforehand, I was writing for Tony for like Death Troop. Like, I was writing for Tony and like Arnold was writing for, Payday, Payday Stacy. And Pepsi was writing for herself, which was not necessarily crazy, but it was like like well, I mean, Roxanne Shante and a whole bunch of other female rappers were writing for themselves at the time too. But the level of sophistication, that's crazy that Pepsi, I mean that Stacey, Stacey had like such and kind of like where I was at too. We didn't kind of take rap as seriously as a lot of other people took rap. Like she had the haircut route, so it was like, and she had more of a passion for, you know what I'm saying, the barber route than she did for for the rap route. Because I remember like Stacey stopped rapping like quick, like this is like not for me. I don't this deal shit and this talking shit and this conversation shit. I'm gonna go cut some hair. I'm gonna go do some motherfucking hair. Fuck that shit. This I can make as much money, if not more, and achieve the same goals by fucking doing what I fucking actually feel other than this rap shit. But still, at the same time, when you really think about fucking Pepsi as a fucking rapper and as a writer, in relationship as she had put in like emphasis into it, she would have she was like fucking generations ahead of like fucking like light years ahead of where a lot of female rappers are even to this day, but still on some like, you know what I'm saying, that day she would have like killed it. She would have murdered it. I I don't necessarily wish Stacey would have taken rap seriously. I just like perceived the idea, if she had taken it, like that's something I wanted. It's something I really wanted to pursue. What she would have done with it. So you know what I'm saying. But that shit was that shit though. I mean, that was my first like venture into like taking like rap seriously. Like I had never really taken rap seriously up until that point in time, and it's only because of Tony that I took it seriously. Like Tony like was like, yeah, Arnold, he wants to do this, wants to get down with this 247 piece posse thing, and he wants to like make me a part of this group and da 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 and so forth, and yeah, and all this other bullshit, and he's got these two other girls, and yeah, I had already known. I already knew Stacy. Both. I mean, I already known Stacy. Well, I already known. That's a whole fucking another fucking story. But these girls that he knew and get together, and then we were gonna do this fucking this group, and a lot of shit transpired, and that right there is like a story I would love to tell. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to incorporate it in my, and I don't really even think about that story, like the fact that it doesn't have a climax, but it does have its climax within a relationship to a larger story. I talked to Derek about that. I think I talked to Craig about that. I talked to like a couple of people about the fact that there is a broader story to be told. And I really, and I talked to my brother about it, and then I heard about this is the life, and I mean I expected it to like really go into like detail about certain aspects, and then again I shouldn't have expected somebody else's work to actually lead to get to some other place, like what I'm saying, like I don't know, but there was like a lot of shit that went on prior to like the Good Life um, uh, episode. And it's like, I mean, I'm at the point like where it's like I feel like certain stories like need to be told. Like I heard like there was a some type of some type of Netflix show in which somebody said L.A. Death Squad, and I was like, wow, they mentioned lads like that. Like what I'm saying? Like they have the audacity to like mention lads in some obscure fucking Netflix show. Like, what? Like, and who was the guy who decided to say to have the cat on a little skateboard come by and grab something and say and claim lads? Whose idea was that? Who was? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, XTC, PRZ, like what? Stop. See, like Westwood, and I'm like Elegant Manor, like, you know what I'm saying? Not just to mention Ladera Heights as a whole, uh, shit, Maui Boys, Jammers, fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, Rockefellers. Yes, the original Rockefellers. Let's not get into that fucking goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Pull up the flyers, people. The original Rockefellers. Um, fucking, it's just like, you know, there's an aspect of LA underground art, you know what I'm saying, or urban art that precedes the good life in such a way that has such an impact on what would become this signature sound that comes out of the good life. So it's like, and I think that story needs to be told. And not to say that, you know, it's somebody else's responsibility to tell that story, because I've kind of like been trying to get somebody else to tell the story while, you know, I create excuses for why I shouldn't tell the story. If I think the story is such a significant story to be told, why the fuck can I tell it? So I guess this is the beginning of me trying to tell that story, because there's like other aspects of it, like I was thinking about earlier, like Bancroft fucking afternoon dances with certain DJs who are very significant in the underground, who, you know, find their start to, you know, and like General Lee's Army and fucking Jam City and fucking Ultra Wave, and, you know, it's like, you know, the Party Lines and fucking the Vet and fucking Victor Drews and fucking, like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, fucking Screamers and fucking the Creepers and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was something else that was going on that inspired it. You know, if I can dream about you. You know what I'm saying? If I wait. If I can't see you, if I can dream about you. If I don't see you tonight. And if you know, you know, it all started with the movie in which that song is in, nigga. That's all started with that. That was the vision that certain individual, or maybe a certain individual, had, that they wanted to see in reality, and started sharing this idea with people. And people were like, wow, that's a dope idea. Let's do this and let's do that. Oh, let's go watch that. Because, like, you know why I like fucking the movie Bring It On? Is how, when they realized that they had to become their own choreographers, the method in which they went to choreograph. Because that's how the scene came into being. Motherfuckers went and watched Nicholas Brothers. Niggas went and watched fucking goddamn Fred Astaire. Niggas went and watched, you know what I'm saying, Gene Autry and shit. Niggas went and watched, like, you know, classic, like, dance shit. You know, like, we was at Venice, like, fucking, like, fucking challenging Boogaloo Shrimp and Turbo and the niggas to fucking goddamn, whichever name be it, the name, that's what the fucking name that was in the movie or not, the fucking goddamn battles. I mean, like, fucking, like, battling fucking and dancing with fucking goddamn Angelo from fucking goddamn Fishbone on Hollywood Boulevard. I mean, like, when the fucking, that pizza spot on the corner used to be a fucking, the pizza spot used to be on the corner, and they used to sell the fucking Fat Laces, the New York pizza space spot used to be on the corner of Vine and fucking Vine and Hollywood. I mean, like, when Hollywood was popping, like, people really don't know how much that Hollywood Boulevard had to do with the way in which hip hop sounds in LA, underground hip hop sounds. That's Florentine Gardens, Hollywood Live, Club Hollywood. All these places have like a significance, like, because niggas was getting them motherfuckers at 15 years old. Not supposed to, but, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying, those people can't, you know what I'm saying, but niggas was getting in fucking goddamn Florentine Gardens and fucking goddamn Hollywood Live. And, I mean, not Hollywood Live, Club Hollywood. And because Hollywood Live really wasn't like that, but Club Hollywood at like 15 years old, Osco's at 15 years old, fucking Shakey's Pizza at the fucking top of the fucking Beverly Center. Oh, come on, dude. Like, I'm like thinking of places like you had to be in order to actually like, you know what I'm saying, say you innovated something. You know, and I'm just saying. And like and shit that motherfuckers are like, you know, really taking credit for. And some motherfuckers actually, and let me say that, some motherfuckers actually have the right to say, and I'm not gonna say who or who isn't, you know who you are and you know who you aren't. Have rights to say, oh yeah, I can take claim to like, you know what I'm saying, developing this specific aspect of LA underground culture because I was there at the very beginning and I saw the shit evolve. And it evolved from different, because I mean, you can't say that because there's no original ideas, it's original concepts. And there was a whole bunch of cats who were absorbing original ideas and taking those ideas and taking them to different places. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, LACC, like, you know what I'm saying? Black Student Union, LACC, significant. You know what I'm saying? Like, Black Student Union in 88, 89, 90, 91 is significant. And a lot of how LA's underground art is, you know, developed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there are certain aspects of this shit that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you must learn. You know what I'm saying? It's like, cats was doing shit that, you know what I'm saying, like we progressed, you know what I'm saying, like it was like, okay, we were the dance heads at one point in time, like even within the trendy scene there was the dance heads and then there was the trendy gangsters, and I kind of fell in between, kind of, you know, because I never wanted to define myself. I was not good at boxes and labels and shit. So, you know, like, you know, the Victor Drew incident where that shit, where hands got thrown and shit. I mean, there were incidents and shit, you know. I'm just like, and then like, you know, it's larger effect on pop culture is just like, come on, bro. It's like, come on. Like, you know, I'm just thinking like, what? No. I think I'm gonna smoke a joint and go to sleep. I be coming home hyped, and then I just had a fucking monster too. So